Have you ever had days where your body feels heavy, like you're moving through water? Your mind says, get up, but something deeper inside feels glued to the bed. Maybe you tell yourself you're just being lazy, that you should try harder, push more, or stop being dramatic. But here's the truth most people never say out loud. Not every still moment is laziness. Sometimes it's a sign your mind is overwhelmed, exhausted, or quietly hurting. In a world obsessed with hustling, productivity, and constant self-improvement, slowing down can feel like a crime. We judge ourselves harshly for resting. We feel guilty for doing nothing, even when our brain is screaming for a break. But what if that heaviness, that fog, that lack of motivation isn't laziness at all? What if it's actually depression trying to get your attention? Here are 7 signs you might be depressed, not lazy. You can't switch it off, no matter what you try. Regular laziness usually passes. A bit of music, a warm shower, a to-do list, or a short walk might shake it off. But when it's depression, it's different. You try everything. Motivation videos, deadlines, pep talks, and nothing flips the switch. It's not a mood you can force away. It's a weight sitting in your chest that doesn't move just because you want it to. You can't make yourself feel better. Depression doesn't always show up as crying or sadness. Sometimes it feels like a dull emptiness that refuses to lift. Your usual comfort tools, music, food, friends, hobbies, don't help the way they used to. Even the things that once lit you up now feel muted, distant, flat. It's not that you don't care. It's that you can't feel the spark you used to. You lose interest in almost everything. Hobbies that used to excite you now feel pointless. Tasks that were once easy suddenly feel impossible. Even the people you love feel far away, not because you don't care, but because your emotional energy is running on empty. It's not laziness. It's your brain quietly shutting down to survive. Your daily functioning starts to break down. You forget small things. You struggle with basic routines. You feel overwhelmed by tasks that used to take you 5 minutes. And maybe you've noticed that the smallest obligations, replying to a text, washing a cup, answering an email, feel like climbing a mountain. Not because you're irresponsible, but because depression makes simple things feel enormous. When your laziness starts interfering with your life, school, work, or relationships, it's often a sign of something deeper. The feeling comes out of nowhere. People who are lazy usually know why. They're bored, tired, distracted, or uninterested. But depression doesn't always have a reason. You can wake up after a good day, a good week, or even a good month, and still feel like something inside you suddenly shut off. There doesn't need to be a trigger. The sadness appears like a fog, silently and without explanation. You feel guilty for feeling this way. Lazy people usually don't feel guilty about being lazy, but people with depression, they often feel ashamed for not being able to push through. You might beat yourself up. Why am I like this? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I try harder? But depression isn't a choice, and guilt is one of its cruelest symptoms. It doesn't feel like you. One of the clearest signs is feeling disconnected from your own identity. You know how you used to act, feel, think, and this version of you doesn't match. You might feel like you're watching your life from the outside, or like you're slipping into someone you don't recognize. This is not laziness. This is your mind trying to tell you it's overwhelmed and needs care. If you relate to several of these signs, take a moment to breathe. You're not weak. You're not failing. And you're definitely not lazy. What you're feeling is real, and you deserve support, compassion, and proper help. Talking to a mental health professional can be the first step toward healing, clarity, and getting your energy back. If this video resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need it too. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if you'd like more videos like this one, feel free to subscribe. Your mental health matters more than you think.